Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm working on these little embellishments. These embellishments will look really cute put on like a mini note card. This is just an embossed note card. They would look really sweet on the front of a mini note card. You can also use them in a junk journal. This is just a mini junk journal. Let's see, let's flip this over. And that would be sweet to decorate up a page on a journal. I've also got some journal cards here. Let me pull one over. And let's just add this across the top. Let's say we were to glue that down, and then we could add that. And it just really decorates up a page or decorates up a card. So I'm going to show you how I make these. I've been using this oval punch. It's from Stampin Up. And then I've got an oval scallop punch. It's also from Stampin Up. And then I have this last flower punch, and it's from Stampin Up as well. And I'm just going to be using this one in particular for this little part right here. So let me show you. These are super easy, and I'll show you real quick how I make them. I move these up out of the way. For my Etsy shop, I cut out lots of floral gift tags. And then when I'm done, I have about 1.5 inch piece that's left over that's wide of these. So these work perfect for making these little top parts here. So I'm going to bring over my oval punch. I'll just flip it upside down, and let's just use this one here on the top. It's a pretty color. I'll punch that. Move these other ones out of the way, and then I also need a scallop one, and for my background I'm just using craft cardstock. So let me punch one of those out. And then I like to ink both of these up with some Distress ink from Tim Holtz, and this is in the walnut stain. And we'll do it for this one as well. I don't do it for the flags. Of course you could, but I don't on these. I just kind of like the way they come down without it. Okay. So we have that. Let me show you one that I've made here that does not have the ink around the edge. And it's still really cute, but see how it gives it just a little bit darker on the ends, kind of defines it a little bit, and I like that. So I'm going to choose to do that on these as well. Okay, so next we need our little flags, and I'm just going to pull from my pile here again. Let's just see. This is really pretty paper. Let's just use this one. Now when I make my flags, I don't have any. That's got a little bend there. Let's go to this end. I don't have any particular measurements. I probably come in, I don't know, about half of my sheet here, and I just go up a couple inches, and then I can cut off the top. And then I flip it over, and I just make a little slit in the bottom and come from each angle over to meet that middle. I do have a punch for this that I can make flags with, but it's a little bit time consuming, and when I'm making these in bulk, I just find it a little bit easier to go through and just cut them like that. I don't care if they're not perfect. I kind of like the way some are a little bit angled different on this particular project. So I've got a whole container here that I've already cut out quite a few. So what I'm going to do is just go through with this one. I'm not going to glue that on quite yet, but I'm going to go through and see which ones I want to use to go in there. I think I might like that one in the middle. How about this one here on the end? Oh, that one's quite a bit shorter. Let's not do that one. Pick one a little longer. I think that'll look fine. Use that. Okay, and since I've got these a little bit longer and that one's shorter, I'm going to snip off the top of this just a wee bit on both of these. Okay, so let me bring over a piece of glue paper here. And I am going to, let's see, I want this one to be my middle one, and if you can tell on these, my middle one I've got brought closer to the front, so I'm going to glue it on first. Okay, so I'm going to go through, let's see, I think this might kind of be, okay, we're going to go through and start adding this on now. I'm going to pull it around. There we go. I'm going to add a little bit of glue to the top of this. Put him on this side. And then add a little glue to this one. Well, sticking down on me. Okay. Put him over there. And then kind of adjust it to where I want those to be hanging down. I'm pretty happy with that, I think. Find a spot that's not wet. Glue that on there, and then I'm going to attach it to this one. It's done pretty good. Okay, now I'm ready for this little flower that's in the middle here. So I am going to grab, this is just a piece of white cardstock and my punch, and I'm just going to grab this one here on the end. There we go. Okay, and to glue this on, I'm just going to use some tacky glue. Make sure it stays down well. And put it right over here in the corner. And then I've got a little container here full of some little jewels. I think that one would look nice on there. So I'm going to put a little more, so I'm going to put another dot here in the middle for this little jewel. And that is all that is to this. I think these embellishments are really pretty, and they just add a lot of charm to your little junk journals or planners even. You can add them to cards, handmade cards. And I think that is all that I'm going to have for today, guys. Thanks for joining me again, and I hope you have a fabulous day. Bye-bye.